You can come closer. I know you're there. You can come closer. I won't bite. There we go. I have to say, you seem rather dumbstruck. Is it your first time seeing a kitsune? I can't blame you. Even though used to supernatural creatures like myself are usually astonished at the number of my tails, it's pretty flattering. You can stare at them if you like. I'm so used to it by now. Oh, so I am your first kitsune you've seen. That's strange. I could have sworn you seemed familiar. But, oh well, I'm honored to be your first to meet. So, what brings you to this neck of the woods? I don't see many humans around here. Not this deep, anyway. Oh, an apprentice mage are we? Well, that's rather impressive. By human standards, anyway. I think. It's been a while. So, let me guess. You're trying to make a contract with a familiar, right? I mean, I can't imagine why else you'd come here. Unless you really want to meet a supernatural creature just because. That's what I thought. So, let me guess. You were searching for kitsune in particular to be your familiar, right? No werewolf or lamia or whatnot, would you? How did I know? It's written all over you. And I don't just mean the grin on your face. I can tell from your aura, you see. Everyone's aura is a unique identifier, much like a fingerprint. And you have the same exact aura as my old master, back when they were still alive. They were a bit obsessed with having a kitsune familiar, which means you are too. Yes, that's right. You're the same person as my old master. Basically, you're their reincarnation. I don't have the single doubt about it. Your aura is the exact match. Oh, it's been so long. I was worried it was just a nostalgia, but your aura is just like I remembered it. It's so sweet, with the consistency of syrup to match. Though, it feels fresh like mist on my skin, and the fragrance is fruity, but not overpowering. If only you were a bit more skilled at magic, you had been able to experience it too. But, oh well, you'll learn in time. It took me a while myself back to learn how to detect your aura so thoroughly. Months of training alongside you under your contract. But it was so worth it when I could finally experience our bond on an entirely new level. I can tell you might be a bit skeptical. You meet a kitsune in the forest and suddenly they claim to be your familiar from your past life. There are a few things sketchier, but I can prove it. Prove that I'm really yours. Your looks might have changed, but your body language is still the exact same. I'm sure so much more must have carried over as well. I know. We could do a little test. I'll show you that I have knowledge that could only come from knowing you from a past life. I know things about you that even you don't know. For instance, look over there. See these bushes? Okay, see their berries? One type is blue, one type is red, and one type is black. Do you know what they were called? Really? You don't? That's so ironic. You used to always poke fun at me for forgetting their names. It was a bit of a running gag between us. But I'm rather excited to get to be the one to teach you this time. Here, If you try the blue one, you'll find it's your favorite fruit in the world, which is a bit strange since it's an unpopular berry, but it just makes your taste more refined in my opinion. I developed a taste for it myself so I could just be more like you. If you try the red berry, you'll find it's okay. Probably. You always said the taste for that one was so inconsistent. On some days, it could almost be as good as the blue ones. Maybe try a few batches to see if you can get the good batch. Lastly, there's the black ones. I don't think you want to try that more than once. You always said it was your least favorite, and you had no idea how people ate them. Whenever you want to describe a food as disgusting, you always said it was like a blackberry. Well, all right. Let me pick a few for you. Okay, here you go. Give them a bite and let me know just how right I am. See, I could tell I was right just from the facial expressions, and also that you spat out the black ones. I'll just have to pick more of the blue ones for you, though. You really went to town on them. But do you believe me now? I mean, what are the chances that I get all three right? Not to mention knowing your Kitsune obsession. Oh dear, you poor thing. You're giving me that look you always do when you're starved for touching my tails. I know that from your perspective maybe you just met me, but from mine, there's no one closer to me. So here, go ahead. I'd be more comfortable with you touching them. I like that, actually. Fluff them all you want. Oh, it's been so long since I get to see that glorious expression of yours. You always drool like a baby when you touch my tails. Don't worry, though. I'm not making fun of you. It's not something to be embarrassed about. I'm just glad you have something you're happy with, especially when that something is me. Well, my tails, rather, but you get the idea. I always missed moments like these. Every night, when we would fall asleep, our cuddling would always be focused around my tails. Whether you hugged them or used them as pillows, I used to joke that you were my tails, with how obsessed you were with them and how much comfort they gave you. Especially on your deathbed. Your final moments were with my tails. I really missed you, you know. All these years without you, I've been so alone. Humans don't live nearly as long as Kitsune does. I always knew that. But I was so in denial. Even when your skin grew wrinkly and your hair grew gray, I was still always in denial. I tell myself you always have a few more years with me at the very least. Then as reality hit me, the rationalization changed for a few more months, then a few more weeks, and a few more days. Until finally, I lied to myself saying you surely have at least few more minutes with me. But then you passed away right in front of me. You're finally here in front of me, and I still don't think I could come in terms of what happened. I've always loved you too much for my own good, Master. I can call you that. Can I, Master? I've always loved calling you Master. It reinforces our bonds, our contract, our connection. Say, I want to feel that connection again. I know I might be rushing things a bit here, but can't we? Can we make a contract again? Right here? Right now? I don't want to suffer a single second more of this distance from you. We've been separated for so long. We have so much to make up for. So we should start as soon as possible. That's great! Oh, Master, I can just get drunk on your words. You always knew how to please me. We can finally be together again. Just the two of us. What? What do you mean it's not going to just be the two of us? What do you mean you want to get another familiar other than just me? Aren't I enough? I'm super powerful from all the training in your past life. My flames are hot enough to melt through steel. My illusions are real enough to touch. I'm in the top percentile of familiars. And in time, I'll get even stronger. If there's something that's not enough about me, I can change it. Is it my looks? By now I can maintain my illusions indefinitely. I've always been practicing with illusions of you, after all, so I can look however you like. No? You always said I was the only one you needed. Every day you assured me. Forget it. What's done is done. It looks like I can't change your mind. So let's hurry up and just perform the contract. You do have the magic inks, right? The silver and gold ones? To sign the contract? And the contract itself? Excellent. It looks like your tuition wasn't a waste. Here, give me the gold one. What? No. The familiar used the gold ink to sign. The master uses the silver ink. Well, then your teachers were wrong then. Listen, the familiar uses the more expensive ink as to show respect toward the familiar. What kind of familiar would want to form a contract with the master that doesn't respect them after all? You're still unsure? What about the purifying properties of silver? It's symbolic of the purity of the master's intention, ensuring that the familiar can trust itself to do under their new master. That's why the master uses the silver ink. No, I'm sorry, but that's wrong. The mnemonic device goes like this. The master uses silver ink to form the link, while the familiar uses gold, most expensive of all, to show that they are treasured as a doll. Okay, I don't know how to put this politely, so I'm just gonna say it. Which one of us has lived longer? Which one of us has more experience? And which one of us has actually performed a familiar contract before? Thank you. Okay, here I go. I have a pretty signature, I know. Now, sign with the silver ink, and there! Yes, you're right. That is indeed a familiar insignia that appeared on your body, and the master insignia that appeared on mine. I'm so very sorry to have tricked you like this, but you didn't leave me much of a choice. It's not really your fault. You're so young. Why, you practically just started your current life. You're still just an apprentice mage. There's so much you don't know. You're bound to make mistakes, but it's my duty as your senior to set them straight. I can't just let you ruin your life because you're going through a phase, now can I? I'm not going to let you be miserable because your fairy familiar pulled a fifth prank on you this week, or because your Neko is once again being an insufferable little... Well, you know how they are. But I can't let you suffer like that, Master. Well, I guess I'm the master now. And now that I'm a master, you won't be able to make a contract with anyone else. And not to mention, you'll be under my authority. I'll try not to abuse it. Oh, you poor thing. You look like you're still in shock. Is this all hard to process? It's okay. You don't have to think too hard about it. You don't have to do anything, really. Now that we're together and connected as one again, I'll take care of everything. I still have a lot of wealth that we saved up from your last life. I can treat you, spoil you even. I'll buy you all of those blueberries that you like. You won't have to work. You can just stay inside and fluff my tails. It'll be paradise. And not just for you, but for me too. Because, although a kitsune lives for such a long time, the extreme lifespan can be a curse as well if not alongside the right person. But you're the right person. Even fate agrees. They brought you to me, so we can finally live happily ever after. Well, until you die anyway, but then I can find you in your next life. And then when you die again, I'll just have to find you again. And so on. I'll never let death keep us apart again. I'll never let anything keep us apart again. We'll be together. Forever.